So about a week or so ago, a coworker of mine says that he's so upset about everything that's happening with the government and the election and all that stuff that he feels like he has to do something. And he's going to vote in the school board election. And I thought, well, that's a weird-ass thing, but, more power to you, you're going to do something. So he starts explaining, and apparently it's a strategy of the Tea Party to get people elected to school boards because then they can affect education policy locally, where it's easier to affect, and push an agenda that way. So I started looking into it, and it turns out that there are some nutcases that are running for school board. So today, I went to vote in a school board election, which I never thought I would have to do in my entire life. On the rankings of participatory democracy, that was up there with, do I want to vote for who picks up my trash every week? Like, I don't care. I feel like it's going to work itself out, right? Evidently not. Evidently, that shit won't work itself out anymore. So, that's not actually the story. The story is that I went to vote for the school board right after work. So it was like 6 o'clock. And the voting closed at 7. And I had to wait in line for about a half an hour. Which, as lines go, that's not so bad. It's just a half an hour. I got that much time. But think about this for a second. I had to wait in line on a weeknight to vote for a school board member. There was no other questions on the ballot. This place was packed. It took me longer to do this than it did to vote for the president. And I wasn't the only one, because there was a lot of people in line in front of and behind me that said this was worse than voting for the president. And it's not that they were understaffed. They had a perfect amount of staff. And there were places all over the city to vote. But I guess people are just so freaked out that this was a way that they could make themselves heard. And there were people in that line that could not have possibly had kids. And I was just like, well, like in one way it was kind of encouraging. And in another way, I thought, we're so fucked up that people are seizing power. They're taking democracy back one school board election at a time. And I honestly don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'm happy that people are taking back control, but at the same time, I don't want to have to worry about the school board election.